Hello YouTube, YouTube exclusive, Red Prison. Should you be surprised? Probably not. Let's see if we can get a winning list here. Let's narrow down on what we're doing differently than previous versions. We'll see you in the deck tech. Red Prison, and you might say this is a Chandra Red Prison, and you're somewhat correct. What are we doing? What have we observed? And what is changing in Modern? Modern in general is very healthy right now. Super wide meta makes it difficult to target. As such, instead of just sticking to what Red Prison traditionally is, we're making some changes here. And you'll notice this with our Chandra pivot list, but you'll also notice it here as well. Let's just say we're taking Big Red and we're making it big. So, what's changed? Well, theoretically, Red Prison is the mixture of Blood Moon, Snaring Bridge, and Chalice of the Void. And these are kind of the cornerstones of what a prison list is built around in these colors. Now you'll notice that I've been using Lightning Bolt recently, and this is either to go upstairs or to use it as interaction against some of the burn, prowess, and more aggressive lists, and this will be in here this time. Mazebind Tome's been excellent as well against those aggressive lists, as it gives us a little bit life gain and smooths out the draws. It's probably one of our best draw filter cards that we have in Red Prison. Seasoned Pyromancer's in here. It's pretty much a mainstay at this point. You'll notice a distinct lack of Rabblemaster. Now, some of you might be astute and notice that this says 66 cards, but there's only 60 showing here. Well, we've actually got these cards on the right side. Chandra Heart of Fire, we love her. Chandra Acolyte of Flame, we love her too. And Chalice, we love that little cup. But what happens when we consider one of these cornerstones perhaps being a little bit flawed? Flawed? What do I mean by that? Simian Spirit Guide was banned, and this actually makes it so it's harder to do Blood Moons on turn 1 and Chalices on turn 1. Now, nothing's to say that Chalice isn't a great card. In fact, actually, there's many times where I'll take this card out and we'll miss it. So don't take this as a, I must cut my Chalices and replace them with something like Lightning Bolt. However, we're going to take this one in a little bit of a spin back from the Hollow One days, and you'll have noticed we have Chalice here, which we're going to remove. What are we going to replace it with, though? Well, before we get to that, let's talk about the sideboard. Sideboard, we have 16 cards. I'm going to cut one, but I'm going to throw one out there as an option for you, depending on your meta. Dragon Claws are here for the red decks to gain us some life. Boils for those blue decks. We need some Pithy Needles to interact with things that activate. Grafdigger's Cage for a little bit of that graveyard, Anger of the Gods, and then things spice up. It's been a little while, but we're going to be adding Glory Bringers, making us a little bit of a red dragon stompy or red prison dragon stompy list. So Glory Bringers and Stormbreath Dragons here as pairs. And I want to just take note that although we will be taking Thundermaw Hellkite out for this league, if you find yourself against numerous flying tokens, consider using Thundermaw as your dragon of choice. So Thundermaw out, but it goes on theme with dragons that are in the 5 slot that we really like. A couple of braids here as well. 23 lands, Mind Stones. What are we doing though if we're not playing Dragon's Main? Well, we're cutting this slot here. Chandra, Chalice, goodbye. Instead, we're bringing in these. We have Koth of the Hammer here, something that many of you do enjoy, and an old favorite of Red Prison. We're going to see if this works for us. Aggressive and also great behind the bridge. Pia Kirnalar's been a rock star recently. We've got a one of this. Just to round out our 4 drops here, Koth, Pia Kirnalar brings us to a total of 7. This should be manageable. Now, we've given Magnetic Channeler recently some hate, but I do think this card has some good value in the main deck. We're going to try 2 of these, and then we've got just one of Spice here. The Zeb, the Skyship, the Raider. Why? Why not? It, after all, makes a monkey. Pay respects to the ape. This is Red, Big Red Stompy, Dragon Stompy Prison in Modern. Let's begin Red Prison Stompy, all of the variable names here. We'll just call it Red Prison for short in Modern. Let's find our first match. Let's play some Magic. Let's see if we completely gone off the rails or if we're onto something here by converting not into a fast Swift Spear based kind of low burn pivot strategy, but instead into a much larger, very fearing dragon strategy. And there we go. We have found them. Let's play. I believe this might pull this up on our other screen here. We've been messing with the screens. Nope. Right up here. We'll move that out of the way. We're good. Let's play. Decent hand. We do play on 3, but we have a board wipe, Blood Moon, and a Seasoned Pyromancer. I suppose we can keep this. Plenty of good draws ahead of us, and having 3 lands is definitely not bad considering we have so many 4 drops. Gives us only a few draws here to find that 4th land. Should be reasonably okay. The Blood Crypt for our opponent shocks this in, and Inquisitions. Now this will be interesting. Do they take the thing that creates and draws more? Do they care about a Blood Moon, or do they need to protect some creatures here? And they do take Blood Moon. Blood Moon must be still good. Extra Seasoned Pyromancer here is pretty good. Being that they're red-black, it's typical that they're a little bit bigger, and so the anger may be worth just pitching with the Seasoned Pyromancer. We'll see, though. Thoughtseize may take the Chandra here, and we might just be trying to beat them down with some Seasoned Pyromancers. That's what they do, and will they have another land? The answer is no. All right. I'm not thinking this anger is really that valuable here, so it's going to be Seasoned Pyromancer pitching anger and something else. My opponent is struggling on what they're doing here. Let's go ahead and Seasoned Pyromancer. Could make 2 tokens. I think it's worth just the 1 because I have another Seasoned Pyromancer. Excellent here. Opponent stumbling. I hope we actually get to see a little bit of this before we get into game 2 and 3. Only because it's going to be very difficult for us to figure out what to do here if we're just on Blood Crypt, Inquisition, Thoughtseize. We're laying out a Maze Mine Tome here, and it's going to give me the option to either draw with Maze Mine or fire off a bolt. I could be playing Seasoned Pyromancer, but I think actually drawing here to have more things to pitch to Seasoned Pyromancer is the better next turn. Not to mention that this is just going to get us a little bit farther ahead of our opponent, which at this point, I'm guessing we have a Death Shadow that we have to deal with. That would be my guess. Let's play a Piakir Nalara here, and actually let's go ahead and pass the turn so we can attack with kind of everything next turn. Actually, you know what? That's silly. Let's attack for 3. That would be just silly. Why would we do that? Damage in. Let's finish this game. Down to 10 they go. We're representing 2, 4, 6, 7, and 10 with the Lightning Bolt. All we know is Inquisition and Thoughtseize. Chalice would be excellent, but I'm sure they have more than 1 land. No Lurrus was declared either, Rakdos in colors, and cared about Blood Moon. Let's go sideboard. Not a lot of information here. Not a lot at all. I think bridges are going to be reasonable here. I actually don't know if my Angers or Slagstorms are going to be very good. And with that, I'm kind of tempted to take these out and just go much bigger. And maybe even take 1 of Braid out and just all the dragons. Like, I think our bridge will be reasonable and powerful. They never saw the bridge. But have the bridge as a way to stop some big things, but then our dragons being 4x creatures could fly over the threats if they're too large to attack us back. We'll keep this. This is the kind of mentality that we added to in Hollow One Days. All right, Steam Vents here. Interesting start. And a Delver. Okay. That's not exactly what I expected here, and now I'm regretting my Braids out. But we do have Storm Breath. We do have Glory Bringer. Well, we can kill this Delver. Not exactly what we expected, though. But maybe it's like Grix's Delver Death Shadow list. Maybe. Opponent's got a Thoughtseize here and flips the Delver. We do have a basic, and they're going to get to Thoughtseize us. I could see the Blood Moon being important once again for them, though they have the basic Swamp this time. Maybe they care about Seasoned Pyromancer. Maybe they're really afraid of this dragon later. I would be surprised for them to take the dragon, only because the dragon is so far away. I'm expecting to get hit for 3 here. We'll see what happens. Seasoned Pyromancer's taken. It's not really a big shock here. In for 3, 17 to 16. All right. We'll try to play a Maze Mind Tome, just pass the turn. We do have bolts, but we don't have the abrades to take care of a small Delver. Not so worried about that. This Delver is definitely going to hurt us for a few turns here. We have plenty of mana now. We're going to get to Storm Breath at some point. That's a good thing for us. Marsh Flats for our opponent. I would assume this fetches some sort of non-basic. In for 3. Luckily, Maze Mind Tome should gain us a little bit of life. Let's go ahead and scry. Like, I don't mind Mind Stone. Let's go ahead and bottom this. I think we can do better here. We're going to probably play the Blood Moon into whatever counterspell they have. This is an excellent draw. And let's go ahead and try to resolve a Blood Moon here. If they have some sort of counter and would like to keep their blue online, this is the point where they'll counter it. All right, so they are running Stubborn Denials, which tells me they are Grixis Death Shadow to some capacity here. And this looks completely fine where we're at here. We got an Abrade and maybe a draw turn. We got Storm Breath coming soon. My opponent's taking damage in order to play Death Shadows. I can dig this. All right, attacks for 3 here puts me to 11. I'm a little afraid of, say, a Scourge here. Scourge would be a 7/7. Down to 11. They haven't played a Scourge this whole time so far, and they would have played it before for the Stubborn Denial easily. That being said, they have found this. Let's take our natural draw here. We find ourselves a Chandra. Seven is pretty rough here. Need a bridge, that's what I do need. Let's play Chandra and downtick on the creature here instead of going up. Well, then use Maze Mind. This is going to hit us for 3. It could hit us for more here. It'll just depend on if they have a way to, like, hurt themselves for 2 more damage or if they've got a bolt for us. They do bolt us. That puts us to 8. We're not dead. Okay. It's gonna hurt. Down to 1. I can kind of handle 1, though. Well, kind of. I'm gonna go up a little bit with the Maze Mind Tome. Oh, unless they've got something. Oh, Snap Bolt. All right. Delver, huh? Delver, Delver, Delver. Okay. On that note, probably the Abrades can come back in. Storm Breaths can be cut out now that we know what they're doing. Let's bring these in to kill Delvers. Maybe I don't need all of them. Koth is okay. Blood Moon's certainly decent here. Let's take 1 Blood Moon out and convert it to a Boil. And let's go. Boil here because since they're in the Grixis colors, they're going to be getting a lot of islands. And I think if we were to rip one of those later, that could be pretty good. Hand seems decent here. We may or may not get Channeler on turn 2, but afterwards we'll have Seasoned Pyromancer. We'll see if Channeler can dig us out of this one. No bridge in the opener. Get rid of this stop. Oops, let's not make more stops. All right. One thing that's really nice here is we don't tend to take any damage from lands, so Scourge has to be activated in some way that they attack me. We got Inquisition or Thoughtseize here. There's an Inquisition. Can take Seasoned Pyromancer or Channeler here. I could see them just taking Channeler since it's my turn to play. Mind Stone would be a great draw here. Land would be completely fine too. They take Seasoned Pyromancer. They must have removal for Channeler, which is fine. We'll still play the Channeler. Maybe we'll get some value out of it. Maybe they'll just bolt this instead. Go ahead, opponent. There's a Bauble. That was drawn for the turn. No real reason to have held it the previous turn. It would be a little awkward if this is their only land. I can't imagine they would keep a one-lander, especially just a swamp here, unless they have like triple Inquisition Thoughtseize. Then maybe there's something there. This will take Chandra or Glorybringer, obviously. Probably the Chandra, as the Glorybringer's a little farther away. Oh, okay. Interesting. Polluted Delta here. Glorybringer to the bin. Channeler is going to be coming online here. Maybe. Maybe not. Polluted Delta, fetch, Watery Grave, Shocks. Push? No. All right. Let's go ahead and use our discard here on a land. We have plenty of lands here. Let's try to hit something at 3. We don't. So we'll go ahead and just play a mountain instead. Pass the turn. Obviously, we're going to be looking at Chandra, but probably not using Chandra immediately on the fear that my opponent has, say, a Stubborn Denial here. No red thus far for my opponent. Extra Bauble, that was in one of the draws, either the Bauble or their natural draw. By the way, they keep targeting themselves with these Baubles, so they're using them in like a scry fashion. Bloodstained Mire gives them that red. They know Chandra could be coming this next turn. Again, I'm not sure I throw this straight into the Stubborn Denial here. We'll probably use Channeler. Kind of like getting rid of the Abrade here because I'd like 5 mana for Chandra. I can also just attempt a Chandra here, which is super nice. See if they have the Stubborn Denial. That's super nice, being able to throw this in. Be like, all right, got the Stubborn Denial? Yes, no, maybe so. There it is. Cool. All right. Reasonable turn here. I'm expecting a Fetch Shock again. Fetch Shock go to 12. There you go to 12. 4 cards to beat here. This is where that Boil could come in very nicely. Just boil away the blue and we could work off of the Chandra. There's a Delver. Abrade's looking a little bit funny that we pitched it. And a Death Shadow. Okay. All right, so this is an interesting one. We could use Channeler here. If we use Channeler, we could find a removal spell. We could then play Chandra and uptick for 2 and hit the Delver. That's something we could do. We can Chandra downtick on the Death Shadow. If my opponent has a Dismember, then they save the Death Shadow. We could Koth. We could Koth, downtick, play Chandra, shoot something. It may be worth it just to Koth, downtick Chandra, and Chandra kill or attempt to kill Death Shadow here. And then just worry about a Delver and hope it doesn't flip so I have a blocker. Play the extra land. Maybe I hold the extra land. Nah, I could play the land and have Seasoned Pyromancer too. Getting Koth down seems reasonable here. I'm just wondering if I should activate. I think I'm gonna do the Koth, Chandra, down tick on the Death Shadow, and hope that this stays on the ground. Let's see. And then I think I hold Ramunot Ruins just for a turn here. That way I have this extra land to pitch. This seems good. I could be an extra land further if I top deck another land, but I'll probably be using Channeler. Again, hoping the Delver doesn't flip. This is our line. We have 2 Planeswalkers against them. They're at 12. Does not flip. Let's hope for no removal now. Gotta dodge a couple things here, but I think if we get the turn back with them without interacting with our creatures, or our Planeswalkers, will be good. Then we'll have a lot of looks at whatever we want to find, and then at 12 isn't that scary. All right, that's good. Passing back, no bolt, no removal. Got lands, which I don't really care to have here. Let's see here, let's see. Let's go activation here of Channeler. Pitching Mountain, looking for 2 more cards. Be a Kieran Alar is really pretty nice. Let's go up first, just to see if there's something better than Pia Kira. There's a Seasoned Pyromancer. So it'd be 1, 2, 3. Do I want Seasoned Pyromancer or Pia Kira Alar? I think I'm gonna do Pia Kira Alar, honestly, because I get to play Pia Kira Alar here. I actually get to attack with Koth here, and now I probably play the Ruins down. This creates blockers in case this goes to the sky here as well. 2 blockers and throwing things is really lethal to them. Play our land, uptick a Mountain, swing for 4. Put them to 6. Pia, activate, Chandra, uptick is lethal. Uptick Chandra, 1 activation, maybe use downtick here to activate Ruins is lethal. There's a couple lethal lines here. Koth getting in with the 4/4 Elemental Mountain. All right, everything's showing up here in match 1. Feeling pretty good. 2 cards to beat here. Bloodstained Mire for my opponent. No creatures that are going to probably come and attack me. They do play Snapcasters. Defending in the air. And defending on the ground now too. This worked. This is working. This is working. This always worked. Chandra always worked. What are we talking about? Fetches. Shock's in here too. All right, now they're dead several ways. Plague Engineer. Killing Thopters. Okay, so we don't throw something, but we have Ramunot plus Chandra here now. And they're dead. They're dead on board. Cool. Nice. I'll take it. Up for damage. Bridge is nice. Don't need it though. 1, 2, 3, 4. And activate here. You're dead. All the cards coming together here. Red Prison taking down Grixis Death Shadow with Delver. And didn't need the bridge. That is a good sign. Maybe bridge is what we should take out and not Chalice. We'll see you in match number 2. A good start here. Taking the first match down. Didn't need the bridge. Our tokens got there. Opponent did stumble. Make sure you always have enough lands. We're very familiar with that with 1 landers here. That Singleton land. Dragons were a threat. Didn't show up, but they were there. And in fact, Glorybringer would have been good against Delver. Let's see what happens in match number 2. We get to play first. I do like that. All right, we'll keep it because a lot of extra draw is nice, and some of the life gain can be really, really good against certain opponents too. And so treat this like, hey, we have all 4 lands, and let's scry to find answer after answer after answer, gain a little life on the way, and make my opponent answer everything we play. That's what we're doing. Look at this. Look at this. Thoughtseize. Take Season Pyromancer. Good luck against our Maze Mind Tomes. Ha! You thought you could beat us. We could probably even do some drawing with these Maze Mind Tomes and replace some of the cards that they're going to be taking out of our hand if they're a discard deck. We'll see how it goes. Lightning Bolt in hand. Maze Mind Tome onto the battlefield. Go ahead, opponent. We'll probably take a Scry here. Ooh, Mardu. Ooh. Ooh, Mardu. Okay. Yeah, I want to take a Scry here. I'm not going to take a second Scry. I'm just going to take the one. We don't need a land. We'll take we'll take a natural draw here. Extra Bolt's not the worst. Play a new Maze Mind Tome. If we were to find Blood Moon, things would be very interesting. Now, we played a Mardu list recently. I'm wondering if that is what this is. We'll find out together here soon. Thoughtseize, well, I'm not going to fire the bolt off just yet. You can take one of them. New Blackcleave Cliffs. I'm going to hold the bolt here. Let's do some scrying. We're actually going to go ahead and put a stop on my upkeep. What if we find that Blood Moon? Then this game will be done. I'm good. And my opponent can respect a Mono Mountain mana base. We'll take our draw, play our land. Enjoy your Mono Mountains, opponent. Now we both have mounts. Sometimes you've just got to have a little fun with your opponents. And they're being a good sport about it. This is the beauty of Magic, by the way. This is the stuff I like to show you. It's wholesome. Wholesome. Mardu. We're not going to probably know much more about this list other than they play red cards. We're going to not take scries here. We're going to naturally draw. And then we're going to go ahead and draw once. Land. Mind Stone. And we'll draw again. But we'll wait because basic Swamp and Thoughtseize is scary. Opponent bolts us. Alright, we just need to find a way to conclude this game, which shouldn't be too difficult here, especially since we have a Seasoned Pyromancer down here. We can do that after some of these draws. Land, let's draw. Let's draw. Yeah, I think I'm good now. I got a few things to hit my opponent with. We'll get the Seasoned Pyromancer back and let's start to close this game out. Ooh, a little Bedlam Reveler. I love it. This actually is going to give us some information. They had Fatal Pushes and another Bedlam Reveler. I like it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Let's just do a Braid here and Bolt, and then we'll worry about getting Seasoned Pyromancer tokens down now. We'll wait on drawing after the Seasoned Pyromancer tokens. Extra Blood Moon's cool, but I don't think we need that really. Let's go ahead and take one of these draws since we have extra mana. Gain a little bit of life too. Look at that. We're going to get to do it all over again. Blood Moon's the real MVP here though. Mardu and colors, maybe Stoneblade type of list. Bedlam Reveler's an interesting one. They might have tokens. At this point, we're probably way too far ahead for them, and they're going to be careful with their land base going forward. Drawing Seasoned Pyromancers, Pia Kiranalaras, we had it from there. All right, looks good. So what do we do here? It's a difficult one. It's difficult. I think bridges are fine, Blood Moons are fine. I don't think our Skyship Raider is very good here. Channelers are probably okay. I could see a pair of Glorybringers coming in. Just because I think being a little bit bigger and killing, say, Bedlam Revelers or some of maybe these other smaller creatures will be nice. I could see some extra braids in here as well over the channelers. I have a feeling they'll have a lot of kill spells, so doing that seems reasonable. They do know about Blood Moon now, but it does look like it impacts them a reasonable amount, so I think we'll keep all 4 in. Definitely want to ramp to it as well. Kind of just want to take like an Anger out. We have all these braids, lightning bolts. We now have Glory Bringers. We have Anger and Slagstorm. We have lots of ways to get rid of their creatures. Let's not go too crazy with it. All right, opening hand seems fine. Mind Stone, a lot of 3-drops. Got the big dragon. I think we're good. We're going to see some fetching for basic, I assume, at some point here. Not initially. Their mana base may not be very conducive to this. After all, when you see a lot of these Blackleaf Cliffs, you know, there's a little less on the fetch lands because they're just trying to ramp things out on turn 1, 2, and 3. I think this Thoughtseize could potentially take the Mind Stone, but I think the bridge is definitely high priority as well. And they do take that bridge. We'll go ahead and get rid of our upkeep stop here so the game moves fluidly. We'll play our mountain and pass the turn. This will be interesting because I think in a Mardu or Rakdos style list, they can sometimes be bigger than us. And being bigger than us could be a problem in many cases, but the fact that we have some dragons to back up our power level here, it gives me some hope that we can get them in the air. Especially a X4 creature is hard to bolt. My opponent's not too scared of Blood Moon, I guess. They need the white here, which is interesting. I'm really tempted to get rid of the Chandra, put the Mind Stone into play, do Season... Let's do Glory Bringer here. I think Chandra might be better here because we can play Mind Stone and then decide between Season Pyromancer or Chandra. And now we have 2 Season Pyromancers, so if they end up Thoughtseizing us, at least we can do Pyromancer twice here. All right. Well, we have Marsh Flats. That's good for them. You can fetch a basic, and they're choosing white as their choice. Little core Firewalker here is scary, but not too frightening. Let's go ahead and play a Chandra down. They'll gain a little bit here, and we'll use a Mind Stone as well. Lucky for us, the Mind Stone will hopefully help us stabilize a little bit of the life total that we have here, but also give us that drawing power that we may need to catch up and beat this core Firewalker. Kozilek's Return wouldn't be a bad thing to have. We are weak to something like this, though we're not totally dead to it. You just got to get crafty. Dreadbore, that's a nice one. Let's go ahead and take a Scry here so I can have 6 through the rest of the turn. We don't want to land. I'll probably Scry after Season Pyromancer here to see what else I'm picking up. Oh. Now I won't on the off chance that I hit a land here. Hitting a land, I can then draw with the Maze Mind Tome, and we do hit that land. Go ahead, opponent. I like drawing here. We're 4 cards versus my 1. This is feeling okay where we're at. They have their own Season Pyromancer. Okay. Can definitely block that. Gonna need a bridge here for this core Firewalker. There goes Lightning Bolt. There goes Lingering Souls. Attacks for 2. Can't do anything about that. Let's go ahead. Wait till end step here in case they have basic Swamp and Thoughtseize. Lingering Souls is gonna be a little bit difficult to deal with. Okay. 1, 2, Mind Stone. 1, 2, 3, 4, Chandra. Uptick. Use Maze Mind Tome here to draw another card. Pass the turn. This is interesting. Koth and Bridge would be excellent here. If we can find that with the draw of the Maze Mind Tome. I could get a Croxa here. Inquisitions. Koth is safe. That's good. It's good. I was afraid they might Croxa there and just take the card naturally. They decide to do Inquisition, though. I really think Croxa was the better one. They Fatal Push my Seasoned Pyromancer. Another Core Firewalker. We're going to need that bridge. Now. Let's go ahead and double block their Seasoned Pyromancer. Chandra takes 4, down to 1. All right. Hit a land. So land down. We have several draws if we're smart about it. Scrying is probably just as reasonable as a draw here and doesn't get something randomly stuck in hand. So let's scry first. Looking for bridge. If only this was a Kozilek's Return. Bottom. Uptick to look deeper. There's a braid. We'll say no to that. Let's draw with a Mind Stone. That's okay, because that prevents Croxa. It doesn't prevent a new Lingering Souls, but prevents a Croxa and makes Koth better. 1, 2, 3. If I draw again here, let's draw one more time because I could hit bridge and I could Koth plus the bridge. Now I think we just go ahead and play down a Blood Moon here and pass the turn. Okay. Dug several cards deep. Didn't find anything. Opponent plays a land here. The most they can do is a Lingering Souls. They can kill Chandra and hit us for 4, down to 16. It's as good as it's going to get. If we find that bridge, it's a quick emblem to Koth in order to clear the board, which would be really nice. We've got some Seasoned Pyromancers to block some elementals too. So I think we just pass here and use Seasoned Pyromancer tokens, only because I'm afraid of losing Koth here. New Seasoned Pyromancer, that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and just slap down some tokens. Draws 2 new cards. One of them was a land. Oh, I need bridge so bad. Young Pyro, this is tokens. Wow, I like this. This is good stuff. Attacks will block, obviously. The tokens will take 4, go to 12. Come on, bridge. No bridges yet. 3, 4, 5, 6. Guess we'll just do Seasoned Pyromancer again. Lingering Souls here is kind of nifty. It gets them a little bit of extra oomph here. Just gotta hope, right? One time bridge. Interesting to attack with a Young Pyromancer. I'm going to take 4 here. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's a bolt. Pass the turn one last time here. And again, we're holding the Koth because if I can get a bridge down, things look a lot better for us. Koth and then get the emblem, clear the board, hit them upstairs. Okay, so here I can use Lightning Bolt. I'm going to do, let's see here. Let's math it out. Seasoned Pyromancer. Can't block 4, 5, 6. Block, block. I'll take 7 and shoot this. Yep. That looks like what we have to do. Can't take Koth, obviously. Needing bridge. Bridge, 1 time. Let's kill the elementals that look the same. 2, 4, 6, 7. Yep, down to 1. Bridge, 1 time. All right. Did not find it. We were not going to find it for a little while. All right, these angers can come back in. Glorybringer, not as interesting. I don't have any real way to deal with the Auriok champion. That'll be tough. It'll be tough. It's really just Koth emblem or Chandra emblem. In this case, because they have so much that needs to be spot removed, I'm going to take 2 Abrades out, bring the channelers back in. This will give me some digging power if we end up having the channelers on the battlefield. Angers, Slagstorms, channelers here. I'm not going to worry about bringing the one of Grafdigger's Cage in just for Kroxa. No lands. Mulligan. Okay. It's no Blood Moon. We'll keep... I'm gonna get rid of the Slagstorm here. Get rid of the Slagstorms in case they play Young Pyromancer. I can single remove that. Top deck... Land or Mindstone would be nice. See if we can get this bridge down. Get the bridge down. Piakir and Alar might get through. They've been able to Inquisition or Thoughtseize us every single game, though. So I expect that's what they're going to do here. Game 3. Godless Shrine. And there it is. Thoughtseize. They take a little bit more. Fine by me. Assuming bridge leaves us again. Pass the turn here. Them getting a Godless Shrine just screams that they might have Auriok Champion here. If they do, I kind of want to bolt upstairs so they don't gain the life. Because I could potentially beat them with just damage here now. Really depends on what I draw here. Blood Moon would be great. That is okay. That'll give me Piakir Nalar or Chandra next turn. I might do Chandra because Chandra will offset Core Firewalker twice before this kills it. Oh no, there's another one. Okay, so I've got to beat Core Firewalkers here now. Let's do Piakir Nalar. They gain 2 here, but I'm going to make 2 flyers. What's nice about the 2 flyers is they can start attacking, or they could double block a Core Firewalker. That may be something they're a little worried about. The other thing is that I can throw the Thopters to close the game out faster. Next turn's probably going to be Chandra, unless they can Thoughtseize this away. A Fatal Push, okay. Okay, Fatal Push and Nile Spell Bomb. I'm going to take the 4 here. We're going to attack back for 3. It's going to be a fight here. Ooh, just killing this is maybe a good idea. Kind of like killing that. I don't like them drawing a card, but I guess if they're drawing a card, that's their turn. Maybe I hold the Abrade for something else. Playing 2 spells makes me further away from killing them. Let's Chandra uptick here. We have a lot of damage on the battlefield that doesn't have to go through casting spells anymore. That's actually good not to pick that up. We'll hit for 3 here. Now, if they play a red spell, they gain some life. So we got to account for potentially 1 red spell here. We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage. 12 here with the Marsh Flats, if they choose to use that. Dreadboar's Chandra gains 2 life. Attacks for only 2 this time. Okay. Koth is cool. Makes a red elemental. Do I play Koth here and leave a Thopter back? Attack with the elemental for fun? I think if we top deck a bridge here, it's really good to have Koth and maybe redirect their interests. So let's do that. Maybe they have a random fatal push here. That would not be ideal. In for 4, this is obviously going to block here. We'll just pass the turn. Using Thopter to block for Koth here if they do both creatures here. Does fetch with Marsh Flats. Blood Crypt does not shock in to use Nile's Spell Bomb. So our best draw now is just Bridge. Here comes another red spell. Gains 2. Pitches. Celestial Purge. All right. Come on, Bridge. I think I try to keep Koth alive here. That is not a bridge. I have a redraw of the Mind Stone. Let's take our redraw. Bridge. Come on. Well, we'll attack. Attack for 4, pass turn. Chump block. All right, we're not out of it yet, but we're getting close. They're going to go after Koth, I assume, one more time here. If they send Core Firewalker plus a Seasoned Pyromancer only, I could Abrade to keep Koth alive. They're going to need to send everything once again at Koth unless they have, say, a Bolt or some interaction. Every red spell, though, is gaining them a lot of life here. Two at Koth, 4 at Koth, 2 at me. All right. We'll go ahead and deal 3 damage to the Seasoned Pyromancer. Gaining life, but at this point, life is irrelevant. I need to find a lock piece. We have 3 bridges in the list. Go, go. Die, die. Seasoned Pyromancer, you're dead. Go away. We're doing something here in response. We're doing a K command, deal 2 and discard our land. That's fine with us. I'm pretty okay with that. Bridge, let's go. No. I will take a Blood Moon, though. This means they probably don't play anything else for the rest of the game, and it's actually good to see a K commands out of hand. We have a 3-turn clock here, less if they have bolts. So we have, what, 2 draws? Oh, there's a swamp. That's really good. That's really good. Oh, Bedlam Row was really good, too. Oh, no. Now we have 1 draw, probably. Go to 8. One draw here to find bridge. Bridge and bridge only. That doesn't do it. That doesn't do it. We'll play it down in case they decide not to attack with Bedlam Reveler here. But I think they've got us. Unfortunately, just getting beaten down by some Core Firewalks here. Core Firewalkers. That's what it's going to be. Maybe they have all white spells. Oh, that doesn't kill us yet. We're not dead yet. They need a spell. Find that Thoughtseize. That works. That works. 8 with the prowess. Dang. Where is our bridges? We've had the bridges both game 2 and game 3. They were stripped away. My opponent has the K command there. We can't get a Blood Moon out fast enough against a core Firewalker. It's just going to be something we need to be aware of. Match 2's done. We'll see you in match number 3. 1-1. No 5-0s this league. Got beat down by just a little 2-2. Kozilek's Return, Walking Ballista. Those are two ways that you can deal with that. Difficulties of playing a mono red deck is if you get something with protection from red, things get quite tricky. Did like to see the Mardu tokens list though. It's good to see Mardu coming back into the format. Pretty happy to see that and happy that players are able to play the colors that they want to. Let's get into match number 3 here. Let's see if Blood Moon remains good. So far, Blood Moon and Bridge have been the things that I want the most, and although Chalice would have been decent in both lists, not necessarily a needed card. Match 3. Let's go. I get to play first. We'll keep getting to really flex these Maze Mind Tomes in this league. For sure. Flex the Maze Mind Tomes for sure. Mountain and go, opponent. Got this cool knight. Stang. Oh my gosh, is it another Death Shadow list? As long as they don't steal this bridge, I'll be okay with that. Please don't do that to me, opponent. Be kind. Verdant Catacombs. That's typically a Jund fetch. Polluted Delta is a Grixis fetch. Verdant Catacombs finds Blood Crypt. Blood Crypt shocks in, and Inquisition. They'll be taking Bridge. No doubt. No doubt. Willing to bet this game on it. Willing to bet this game Bridge is taken here. They have Abrupt Decay or something. That's crazy. That's crazy. Maze Mind Tome go. We'll be scrying here, probably on both sides this time around. Probably on both sides. Maybe they just have another Inquisition or Thoughtseize. Jund it is. Tarmogoyf? Ren and 6. All right, let's take our scry here. We'll bottom that. We'll be looking for a land, helping smooth out these draws, and I will put this bridge into play if I do get the land here. I'm not going to put the extra Maze Mind. I'm going to bottom here. Mindstone's nice, but I think I can find that land. What are lands? That's okay. We'll have a couple scries here to try to find this bridge. The land for the bridge here. Verdant Catacombs. Puts in a swamp. Here's a Liliana. This is probably just remove our Abrade here. They got rid of a land. They just picked the land back up. This is a dynamic duo that's extremely difficult for us to beat. I'm gonna bottom that. I need to hit the land. I can't be fooling around with a card that doesn't give me a land here. Bottom of Blood Moon. There's a land. We found it. All right. Seasoned Pyromancer. Let's dig deeper. Using this because I can then start attacking their planeswalkers. My opponent's just going to get a whole bunch of value here out of just these two for sure. They're telling me I found it. It took us forever. It took forever to find that land. We're gonna discard a land here. That'll make it just look like I drew 2 lands here. I'm hoping they just leave me alone. Leave me alone. Don't you can Inquisition me. I don't want to see a creature here. I don't want to see. I mean, they could probably Bloodbraid Elf here. I'm gonna scry for another land. Hopefully get it down there with Koth. Use Koth plus maybe everything and throw it at like a Liliana. And then the next time, throw everything at Wrenn and 6. These are our hopes and dreams here. What are we gonna do? They're really contemplating why I threw away a land. I'm hoping that's put them into a confusing state. That's a big Tarmogoyf. Now I can't throw away the Koth Mountain at this. What I can do is still uptick it and try to get it so that I can ping off Liliana's here. We'll take our lands. Play down a Koth. I could uptick their Blood Crypt here so they don't have a random Fatal Push on mine. This is until end of turn. Let's do that. I'm not going to attack here. We're going to just defend the Koth. Fetching. Here's a good example. If they have a Fatal Push here, I'd rather them not kill. Just a Stomping Ground. Just. Wrenn and 6 is at 6, going to be at 7. Liliana's going to be at 6. Both are at ults or emblems, respectively. So Jun's going to be interesting because we don't have Hazoret in the sideboard. We've opted to do dragons this time around. Where that's going to lead us, I don't know. We discard a card. Nothing to discard. They discard Verdant Catacombs, and with Wrenn and 6, pick Verdant Catacombs back up. Thankfully, this sideboard has some Pithing Needles. We'll definitely bring those in. Land is played here. So if I hit a land, I can do Seasoned Pyromancer tokens. I can throw everything at Liliana and Wrenn and 6, hoping to keep it in check here. They only have an Inquisition down here. It's not the scariest with the Wrenn and 6, but if they're holding bolts and have a couple lands, then our life total diminishes very rapidly. Tarmogoyf is so difficult for us to beat. Like we can block for forever, but actually killing it is extremely difficult. Because we're not playing Chalice on 1, typically, you theoretically could use relics to help with something like this kind of matchup. Opponent traverses and does have 4 card types, so we're probably going to see another Tarmogoyf here. And we do. At this point, it's just so hard to win this game here because we have 2 Tarmogoyfs. If they throw a Tarmogoyf at Koth, maybe we have a chance here. We can scry, but if I find, for example, Bridge, I'm not really sure what I'm doing with that. There's an Anger. Let's just hope they get greedy here. We're going to put Seasoned Pyromancer tokens into play and hope that they're greedy and don't use this and get rid of Koth. I can't really attack through if I was going to play the Seasoned Pyromancer, and if I attack with the 3 creatures, elementals, 1 being a land, They just block, and take one here, and then they can get rid of this pretty easily on the swing back. Opponent's gonna go ahead and split. I could see it like Koth, 2 elementals in 1 land, probably the Gemstone Caverns or something. By doing 2 elementals, they can Wrenn and 6 and kill one of the elementals and still swing in and kill Koth. This is a pretty good one too. I mean, I guess I have to sacrifice this. I'll take elementals here. It's a really good split. Wrenn and 6 emblem here. They've got an Abrupt Decay down here. They have a Traverse. It's not looking very good. Jund doing its thing here. Traverses. Picks up a creature. I'd love to see a Bloodbraid Elf here. Oh, Kroxa. That's pretty good. We need land, bridge, and then I need them to draw all basically gas here. They almost have to draw nothing but gas and no lands for an Abrupt Decay. I don't see us getting... Oh, never mind. All right, we can concede there. We can concede there. They have lands to pick up. They have an Abrupt Decay here. There's no way we can establish a way to stop these permanently. So, let's do Pithing Needles, Glorybringers, and Stormbreaths. I'm going to take this plan and do something a little bit different than I normally would. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the bridges because I expect them to bring in a lot of artifact hate. And we're going to just try to be a little bit quicker, a little bit bigger, a little bit faster. Pithing Needles are going to obviously be taking the Abrupt Decay targets, and that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of 1 Anger here. I'm going to go ahead and get 1 Abrade out as well. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's just be bigger and better, right? Glorybringer attack, exert, plus bolt on a Tarmogoyf. That's a way to kill it. We need to kill him. We're not going to hide well behind a bridge here. Let's play first. Okay. Season Pyromancer is good. We'll see how good. We'll see how good. Wonder if I just hold on to this bolt. It's probably okay to do that for this turn. Let them take one of these Seasoned Pyromancers. Hope they don't follow this up with another Inquisition. If they do, we're kind of stuck. They fetched for basic already. At least it won't be a Wrenn and 6 here. It's probably at most a Tarmogoyf next turn. We do hit the land. That's good. We have a Braid here to kill something. We have Lightning Bolt to kill something. We could kill a Tarmogoyf here. It'll cost us an Abrade and a Lightning Bolt. Currently have land, sorcery, creature. This would put instant, and this is instant as well. Thoughtseize here. There goes second Season Pyromancer, I would guess. Take Chandra. Verdant Catacombs gives us the turn back. All right, let's go ahead and put some creatures out here. I'm going to hold on to the Bolt of all things. Maze Mine, we're kind of getting the draws anyway. Second Bolt looks really nice here. This is 6, this is 4, that's 10 damage. Down to 16, that's 6. I like it. Even if it's a Liliana or Wrenn and 6 here, I'm feeling fairly confident. Stomping Ground for our opponent. Blood Crypt for them. Shocks this in. Seasoned Pyromancer of their own. Anger the Gods. All right. Look at that. Storm Breath. Liliana is a danger to Storm Breath. A small danger. An itty bitty danger. I'm going to do nothing here and hope to draw land. Nice. Guess what doesn't die to Fatal Push? This dude. 4 damage in at Liliana. Let's clear that off. The hope is they don't have a backup Liliana. As long as they don't have a backup Liliana here, I think Storm Breath could go the distance. Anybody that says they like the list after they see a dragon, check. Hitting the check boxes. All right, they can't close the door here on this Storm Breath. We're good now. We have the Seasoned Pyromancer we have a backup on in case they do play a Liliana. We also have double bolts here. We're winning, hopefully, in a turn. Whoa! Opponent. I can't monstrous this. It's 7 mana, unfortunately. Assassin's Trophy takes care of us. We'll pass the turn. We have a reasonable amount of damage stored up here. Seasoned Pyromancers, double bolts here. Opponent's playing these fetch lands. Let's just keep the pressure up. Keep the pressure up. Tokens. Whew, more tokens. Jun's gonna have trouble removing all these. 1-for-1 removal is difficult. They could have another anger here. Do we make them have it? Let's make them have it. Let's make them have it. Otherwise, we're winning the game here. And then if they do any fetching here, that puts them to 10. This would put them to 4. And these two are lethal. So if they do fetch here, we win. I like forcing them to have another anger. I think this is the right line. They Thoughtseize me. They're pretty much dead. Inquisition me. They're probably close to dead. Ooh, we're doing something here. K command, artifact 2 damage. Okay. They're down to 10. We have lethal now, unless they find Field of Ruin. So we have lethal. It's just going to take us a turn or two to find probably one more land. We're at a healthy 19, so this feels very good for us. My opponent finds a Wrenn and 6. I imagine they need to kill a token here. We're going to ignore Wrenn and 6. It's not a problem anymore. Picks up Peatland. I like that. Drawing a card's not a bad idea either. Draws. And plays a Tarmogoyf. If we're going to bolt and bolt. We should be good here. We can leave. We don't have to leave anything back. We can attack for 2 here. Bold. I've been told I'm bold. I'm bold. In for 2 here and activate a Ruins. I'm good with that. Good with that. You're dead, opponent. Let's take this to game 3. They're like, I like it. They're like bold, and then they're like, oh yeah, you have a Ruins. I do. That worked out really well. We do have an anger to worry about. Obviously, the dragons get killed by Liliana and or Assassin's Trophy that they're running. But we have to go with what we've got here. Let's make it happen. We know our game plan. Hit them with some creatures, make the tokens, and finish the game strong with some aggression. They do get to play first. That plays well for the Thoughtseize list. I want like 2 Seasoned Pyromancers, a Pia Kiranalar, and 3 lands. Give me it. Plus Maze Mind. I got kind of most of it. I'm going to keep this. This is interesting. Maze Mind Tome will hopefully work us into a 3rd land. The Blood Moon's probably going to be needing to be taken. Bolt can interact with some Planeswalkers or initial creatures. Got some baubles here. Opponent's got a bit of a slower start, it appears. Likes their top, which was probably another land, is my guess. Scavenger Grounds is nice. If they do take the Blood Moon, the Scavenger Grounds can work in such a way to get a Tarmogoyf much smaller for the bolt. So we have that. Let's make it happen. We're a little ways away from our dragons here, but man, if we hit them, it's gonna be fun. Gonna be fun. Basic forest, basic mountain. Wren? No. I will go ahead and bolt the wren here to keep it kind of close. I don't expect to draw a bolt here. I'm probably gonna play Maze Mine Tome. Okay. They can get another forest if they'd like. They could get black here to get a Thoughtseize and take the Blood Moon. If they do that, I need to hit running lands here. Luckily, Koth is difficult to remove in their typical fashions of abrupt decays. Liliana is not online right now. It's good for us. Liliana is the detriment to these dragons, though dragons attack better. Blood Crypt here doesn't put it into play. This is good. We need to find a land here. Ow. I need the land. I can deal with the Wren later. We have our upkeep stop here. Maze Mine Tome again, hoping to hit Blood Moon. Let's go. Bottom. Draw. Please, list, please. Now they're going to get a Liliana down. We're going to have trouble beating the Liliana from here forward. Naven said, ouch. We're trying. Maelstrom Pulse. Well, I'll scry one more time here. Bottom. I don't need the dragon. Go away. I got you already. And take care of both of our Maze Mine Tomes. Wooded Foothills. If they fetch and shock here, at least we have a Blood Moon that can take care of the double black they will now have. We can't kill Tarmogoyf now unless they pick this up. Maybe they'll pick up the land for me. If they do that, the Glorybringer could kill a Tarmogoyf. They do pick it up, so this is within range here. We need a land right here. I want to cry. I want to cry, everyone. How painful is this? Is it as painful for me as it is for you? Peatland they use. Peatland of all things. Ugh. What's super funny is if we get runner land here and they keep picking up the lands, we have an opportunity to make this small enough, the 3/4 that it is, that we can run into Chandra, kill this, and up to Stormbreath and Glorybringer and snag this game away. That's how close this game is. Uh-oh. Assassin's Trophy's a land. Are you kidding me? The Assassin's Trophy a land. Did that really just happen? Top card was Glorybringer. They said top card was Glorybringer. Draw a land. I can't make this up. They told me the top card was Glorybringer and they gave me a chance. They're gonna get the basic swamp here. Have a look. Have a look. It's only a 5/6. It's only a 7-8. I have no out to a 7-8 here. None whatsoever, ladies and gentlemen. Next card will not be a land. You watch. Here we go. You die, Renin 6. No lands. We are 15 cards deep, 14 cards deep, and we used 1, 2, 3 scries here, plus we had a shuffle from them off the Assassin's Trophy. We hit that land 3 and 4. We just go to the races because we have the Koth to help with the Storm Breath. We'll see you in match 4. Match 4. Let's have some better luck. Playing Big Red, Dragon, Stompy, Prison. The dragons have been pretty sweet when we were able to cast them. Although we have 23 lands, which is perhaps just a little bit light. We do have the Maid's Mind Tones and the Mind Stones, not to mention that we also have Chandra and Koth to get us those dragons. And the dragons aren't even in the main. In fact, getting to the 4 mana is usually okay with 23 lands plus the Mind Stones. Yes, we may not always get it on turn 3, but that's okay because we have so many 3 drops. We're fine with that. Now that I've justified all of that, what do you think? Did we see enough cards to find that 3rd land? After all, we weren't even at 4. Needed that 3rd land. Let's play. Let us begin. Match 4, currently 1 and 2. Struggling to maybe the shuffler more than anything. Let's get a W. On the draw, Arkmaru. Arkmaru. That's our opponent. I'm not making stuff up. Look at them. They're an infernal pet. Loris is declared here. We have 2 lands, Mind Stone and Bolt, plus some 3s and 4 drops. That seems reasonable. We're even on the draw. Will we find a land? Tune in next time. Razor Verge Thicket. Ooh. Ooh. Maybe Boggles. Oh my gosh. We found another Koth. We only have 2 in the list. We found the other one. All right, could be Boggles, could be Hammer Time, although green is a little odd. This is strange. Okay. Blood Moon looks like it would wreck my opponent. Play Mind Stone here. Pass the turn. Maybe we're playing Koth as the very first thing we do here. Core Spirit Dancer. And attaches something, a Spider Umbra. Okay. This makes it a 3/5. So I guess Seasoned Pyromancer may be the better play here. 1, 2, Mind Stone, then Seasoned Pyromancer. Getting rid of maybe Koth and Chandra, possibly. Actually, let's get rid of a Bolt. Chandra and Koth will keep. This way I can play Chandra and Uptick looking for bridge. At this point, we just need to find a bridge. We can find a Blood Moon to really slow things down, but we just need a bridge. We need to block, hope they don't have trample. That's what we need. That's what we're getting here. Daybreak Coronet, please no Rancor, please. 1 time, no Rancor. Grows to an 8/10, which is very large. Please no Rancor, please no Rancor. Hyena Umbra, nice. We can chump block this. I don't believe it has First Strike, Lifelink, all these cool things, but it does not have Trample. And I'll happily block with the Seasoned Pyromancer here. Make more tokens. That's what we like. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, Chandra. And at this point, I'm going to go up for probably mana and use a Mind Stone here. Knowing my luck, the next card is Bridge. And I'll just be very sad. Nice. Please don't kill me, opponent. Look at that call. Drew right into it. Windswept Teeth here. We're going to get a basic, I presume. Nope, Temple Garden. Do they have Rancor? Do they have enough here? They have Rancor. Next question is, do they have enough to make this big enough? It is currently a 15-15. Makes it a 1919 or 1917. Okay, we're not dead yet. Okay. Makes it a 21. I need one more. Oh my gosh, you have another one? I have a Griff Spoon too. 24-21 from our opponent. Flying, lifelink, trample reach, vigilance. We had the bridge. We just needed it a turn earlier. Okay, opponent. So, Pithing Needles can come in. They sometimes have Seal of Primordial, I think is the card. And Anger. We can take out some Braids. Really, we can probably take out like a Chandra as well. We really just need to find Blood Moon or Bridge. These are the typical things that we need against Boggles. Bolts aren't too bad for core, as we saw there. It would have been nice to have that immediately. Let's make it happen. All right. I've convinced myself to keep because we have a few Angers here. This might be sketchy to keep. Opponent mulligans to 6. Mulligans down to 5 and then keeps. Makes my double Anger hand look pretty decent. Especially with a Skyship Raider. Windswept Heath, Temple Garden, not respecting Blood Moon thus far. Boggle. Need to hit a land here. We've had some trouble finding the third lands. Why? I don't know. I can triple bolt them though now. Please don't make Boggle too large one time, please. I got baited by the 2 Angers. They look good. Here, we'll make a pretty design here. Look at that pretty design. Rancor doesn't make it too large. All right, it's a 4-1. Flying and trample. Raider wouldn't get there. Land off the top. One time. We've been asking for this land for forever. Nice. Anger away. Goodbye, little Boggle. Nice thing is that it actually exiles the Boggle as well, and so the Luris won't be getting it back, thankfully. Looks good to me. Get out of here. We can also then follow up with the Skyship Raider and start attacking. They do get Rancor back to hand, and that's nice for them. Bonus, right? Let's see if they have another Boggle. They've got a land. Glade cover. We know they have Rancor. We're going to just have to fire off another Anger here. That should be fine, though. And that is what we'll do. Clear this out. Testing that last card to see if it's got protection of any sorts. We have Rancor and an unknown card. Hopefully we've gotten rid of all the creatures. Plenty of bolts here to deal with Luris, which is good. Cool. It hurts. It hurts. How many do you have, opponent? That was it. That's it. That's it. All right. Seasoned Pyromancer here. Let's get rid of... I almost don't want to get rid of too many bolts here, but we'll get rid of 2 bolts here. I've got the Skyship Raider. There's our Anger. There's our Anger. Let's do it. Don't make this too big for me. That's fine. It's a 4-1. Not gonna bolt. Luris is gonna show up soon. We're gonna take 4. We're gonna respect that. If I hit a land, we can anger and Pithy Needle's kind of fun. Let's go ahead and hit for our 4 damage here, and then we'll anger the gods once again. So anger the gods. Pithy Needle. Seal Primordium is the typical name here. Go ahead. Do you have a 4th Boggle? Does not put Lurst into hand. They've completely forgotten that this is a card of theirs. Let's go ahead and play our Chandra down. Uptick, put the Skyship Raider into play. Didn't think you'd be seeing a monkey soon, would you? Go ahead, opponent. We can do 7 damage if they get a core down, because we know they have Rancor. They need core, Rancor plus something else, and it'd have to be a 1. A 1 converted mana cost. Oh my gosh, the Boggle is back. From the graveyard. What else do they have? Ugh. First strike, lifelink, trample, vigilance, all the goodies. Now I need to find a bridge. Let's go digging. I'm gonna play the Mind Stone because it's a redraw. I'm gonna hold on to Pithy Needle as I don't know what I want here. The fact that we have a 1/3 body is kind of nice. We can at least use that in such a fashion that we can block a little more of this damage. Let's see where they send the Boggle. Another Daybreak, that makes it a 9/7. Currently will kill Chandra. Sends it at me. I see no reason not to block here. Gotta find this bridge. It's gotta be in the top 3 cards. Draw, uptick, and natural draw. Come on. Just like before. Yes. Just like before. We have 1 card. What do we think it is? It's gonna kill the bridge? I'm worried. Let's uptick. I think I play both of these, understanding a force can get us. We don't kill them completely next turn with the Chandra Elm for 15, 18 with the bolt. 1, 2, 3, 1, 1. Yeah, we'd have to find another bolt to kill them. So bridge gets us there. We get game 2. We had to use Angers and Slagstorms like crazy there. Let's go. Not bringing in Grafdigger's Cage here for Luris. I'm not so concerned about Luris. We just need to get that bridge down. Let's make it happen. Whew. I want to get this to 2/2. Let's go. I'll keep this. Got a Maze Mind Tome. Got an Anger that's fairly quick. We got a Seasoned Pyromancer. Happy to see this. They'll probably try to keep a few Boggles again. They're afraid of how many Angers we play. We played just a few, opponent. Please don't put both gemstones into play at the same time. Thank you. Give me a Blood Moon. All right, little Maze Mind Tome here. Got that Anger suited up and ready to go. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen, Mr. Boggle. Temple Garden. Again, no respect for Blood Moon here. I guess they gotta keep what they've got. Hitting me for 3, it looks like. Alright, let's find some action here. I mean, I guess the Anger is action. Scrying. Bottom of the land. I'm throwing lands away. Watch, they have Mana Tithe. By the way, this would be a great Chalice matchup, so it'd be really nice to see us win this one. Okay, we'll scry again here. Looking for answers. That's what we're trying to do. Bottom this. Draw. Oh my gosh. Flooding like a champion. Anger the gods here. We don't want Slippery Boggle to get too large here. Daybreak Coronet's a great example of starting to get too large. Mana Tithe. Do we want to comment about the Mana Tithe, anyone? Just another 3 in. Let's scry again, using this to our full advantage here. Putting that on top, absolutely. Happy to play that down and pass turn. We have 2 cards in hand, so that's really good here. And it is a 3/1 Boggle. Now my opponent could obviously have something for this bridge, we'll see. Plays a Dryad here, has a Scout. We'll oblige to killing the Dryad here on combat. Attacks for 1 and pauses briefly. I'm gonna kill it at end step. 13 is not gonna matter in the grand scheme of things. Interesting. We would see a scry here. I'd probably bottom this. We'd take the draw of apparently another bolt, in which case I would then season Pyromancer here and then get rid of the cards that I had drawn in draw 2, which is Maze of Mine plus Bridge. Fallback Bridge is super nice here. Would probably end up playing that in the following turn. Following turn, we'd hit who knows what. 2-2, Red Prison. Let's get the 3-2. We'll see you in match 5. Match 5 is upon us, going 1-2, 2-1, 2-1, 1-2, whatever it is. We're always going to game number 3. So lots of opportunities to see how the list is doing. We have stumbled a little bit with lands, and I think I'm just going to chalk that up to a little bit of statistical variance here and go, it's not going to always happen that way. After all, we have 3 Maze Mine Tomes and 3 Mind Stones. I think we should hit our lands just fine. Let's find this 5th and final opponent. Let's maybe get a Blood Moon out, and let's see if our 2 lock pieces are enough to take home a 3-2 victory. Opponent found. Let's go. We are playing second against the Turtle. There's Blood Moon. I asked for it. And we have plenty of lands this time. I feel like this is the deck mocking us. We'll keep. We got the good luck, have fun. We'll absolutely keep. You too. Share that sportsmanship. It's the right thing to do. Incoming double Thoughtseize. Stomping Ground, red mana. Shoot. Dredge is going to be, shall we say, difficult. Scavenger Grounds? Okay. At least I have the Anger of the Gods, but Conflag plus some other nasty things could kill us. There's an Ox. That doesn't kill us. And a Life from the Loam. Dredge's Life from the Loam finds themselves a Bloodghast here. I assume they have another land. Bloodghast comes into play. They use the Life from the Loam, get 2 more lands. This is going well for them. Going well for them. Stinkweed and Prized Amalgam here. There's a Creeping Chill. Here it all happens. Okay. Okay. That wasn't too bad. Could have been a lot worse. We're going to play a Raminot Ruins down and Mindstone. This way we have at least 1 in play. My opponent's going to do Life from the Loam at the bare minimum here. This may be an Anger turn, but we could also Blood Moon. There's another Ox. Maybe they play Ox from the graveyard at this point. Then it might be an excellent Anger turn because we kill Ox, we kill Prized Amalgams, we kill this Bloodghast in play. Wouldn't be the worst. Maybe the only thing better than that would be a Scavenger Grounds, but even then, maybe I just Anger and then Scavenger Grounds after. Definitely going to want our Graph Digger's Cage for this matchup. Ironically, of all matchups, this is probably one of the hardest for Red Prison again because of the Creeping Chills and the Conflags. But hey, we'll see what happens here. We got a 5-3, a 2-1, got a couple Prize Amalgams coming back. No extra Ox here. And we discard and draw 3. We got Stinkweeds in here. We have Narcomoebas coming back. We have Prize Amalgams everywhere. We're just going to hope this Anger just obliterates my opponent here. Have they played a land yet? I don't think they have. I'm hoping they do and bring back the Bloodghasts here. Oh my gosh, look at all this stuff. Look at all this stuff. Sometimes they don't bring a lot back. I want them to bring everything back here. That'll work. Bring back the 3. There you go. Thank you. This gives us a chance here, I suppose. We'll Anger. Anger and hope for the best. They got lots of Life from the Loams, plus this Conflag, and I'm currently sitting at 12. Not to mention there's Bloodghast in here. We've hit 2 Creeping Chills. They just do 2 Life from the Loams back to back. I guess the Blood Moon's going to slow that down. That'll be good. Life from the Loam gets some things back. Can cycle a Forgotten Cave off the Copperline Gorge that they're about to play. Copperline Gorge. Nice. I like lands. I like lands. Lands are the best. Play Blood Moon here. It's going to shut off the Life from the Loam. So the most that this will do is 7, which I guess is good. At the same time, well, it could do up to 8, I suppose. I want them to naturally draw the Creeping Chills, but that's not going to happen because they have enough Life from the Loams here. There's a bonus Bloodghast. We're looking for... I would naturally say Seasoned Pyromancer, but I don't even think that's going to do it now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'd have 6 mana, or I have 5 with a Mind Stone used. Attacks for 2 puts me to 10. Uses this for 5. 5 puts me to 7. This puts me to 3. They could go all in on that. If they know they have Creeping Chills left in the list, why not? I think we're pretty dead here. Yep. Down to 3. I'll take my draw here. Here's all these lands from the other game. Our Jund game, these are all the lands. See if we can beat Drund. Oh boy, Jund. Graph Digger's Cage. I don't mind Pithing Needle for Shriekhorn, possibly. Anger definitely in. Liking the Glorybringer Stormbreath as ways to close the game out. Channeler's too slow in this matchup, I think. Let's bring this all in. Let's do Chandra out, Chandra, Pia, Kira, Nalar. Harry Zev probably can come out. Braid. Try that. Glorybringers and Stormbreaths are only in here if we get an aggressive stop at the very beginning with something like a blood moon or a bridge. Sorry, just a blood moon. And they don't have much in the graveyard. Then we can maybe close the game quickly. We don't have a whole lot. I could do something like a Pia Kiranalar and throw things. I could do Chandras and hide behind a bridge. Most of the time that does not work. For everyone going, this is a silly plan. It is, but I don't think I have much of an option here. We're going to try to turn 1 Pithy Needle and name Shriekmaw. We're going to turn 2 Mind Stone, turn 3 Koth, turn 4 Dragon. That's what we'd love to do. Well, there's a Koth and a bridge. Koth bridge in a lot of non-mountains. I don't think this is good enough. I think we have to consider mulliganing this. We want a way to deal with Shriek or something with the graveyard. Let's mulligan. We'll keep. We're going to get rid of a Gemstone Caverns here. We're going to wait playing the Scavenger Grounds. Luckily, it is a way to deal with the graveyard. We could do that prior to doing something with Blood Moon. I'm keeping Blood Moon because it does stop the Life from the Loam package. That can build up a lot of cards and a lot of dredging and all that. All right, let's give it a shot here. Unfortunately, no Simian Spirit Guide. Can't do turn 2 Scavenger Grounds. Sometimes that's fun against opponents like this. Okay, they don't do anything immediately. That's a good sign for us. Not exposing Scavenger Grounds yet. I'd love to see something here that just puts stuff into the graveyard but doesn't immediately draw. Hey, that works. Stinkweed, they draw. Nothing terrifying yet. No dredgers. Okay. Copperline Gorge. 2 mana, this looks and feels like Life from the Loam. Okay. This is tough because we can Scavenger Grounds and hold it up. That may be worthwhile here and just wait on the Blood Moon. We don't need to put anything into play just yet. Got a Slagstorm in case they play a lot of creatures. If they get like a really good dredge here, I definitely would love to take away parts of that dredge. So we have a Golgari Thug off of the Life from the Loam. No new lands. So if they throw the Life from the Loam into the bin, that's no good for them. I could then Scavenger Grounds this, what they have here, and Blood Moon to stop the new Life from the Loam. Plays a land. 3 mana, just Stinkweeds here. I wonder if I can keep them off using their graveyard here for a few turns. All right, we're going to pass, allow Stinkweed to do its thing here, I think. From there, they might do something, okay. Attacks me for 1. Kind of tempted to go ahead and shoot this and keep myself at 20. Let's do that. I like staying at 20 here. I really want to pull off the Scavenger Grounds. Plays a Golgari Thug. Land. Are we going to play another one? 2 mana. Reconsiders. Man, a Grafdigger's Cage would be fantastic. Alright, we're moving to end step here. I think I'm going to go ahead and Scavenger Grounds. And then I'm going to follow this up with a Blood Moon. Kind of clears the graveyards here. And we'll just see if the Blood Moon keeps them off of Life from the Loam. Other colors. Cathartic Reunion, something they could obviously do here. I have Merchant. Next turn I can Season Pyromancer. I'll probably never block this Thug if I don't have to. This is about as good as I think we got here. Forgotten Caves played. So I don't want to cycle with this. They can cast an Ox. Now Slagstorm looks like what I need to do. I want an Anger instead. I don't want to really send these to the graveyard. Alright, let's Season Pyromancer to create some blockers here. We're going to do Maze Mind Tome plus Mind Stone. Just hit some lands, hopefully. We do. Okay. We have a Conflag there. That's about it, though. We can deal with that. One, two, three, four, five, 6 cards in the graveyard thus far. Looks like they're going to Conflag for 1, 2, 3 and just swing. I'll chump block Ox here. Again, wanting an Anger the Gods is the preference. And they come. We'll block, hoping to find ourselves an Anger. Shriekhorn's a really good one for them too. I think they're pulling away here. If we get rid of this, they get more mills. I guess we have to. I could Season Pyromancer and do some blocking here, but that's, I don't know. Oh, that's right. Golgari Thug puts the Narcomoeba on top. We really needed an Anger. Narcomoeba brings back nothing here, which I guess is okay. And then they have Shriekhorn, Golgari Thugs, Stinkweave's what they'll use here. Finding another Narcomoeba. We don't have a land, so it's just a pair of Narcomoebas now. If I top deck a land, Glorybringer's a thing. Okay. I'm just going to cast Merchant here. What's their last plan here? Oh, Ox. Doing Ox here, doing the Stinkweed Imps. It's a Creeping Chill. Narcomoeba. We have 11 cards left. Okay. Now I just need to play chump blockers with Season Pyromancer. Hope they can't end the game here. Find an Anger the Gods would be great. Season Pyromancer, more tokens? Let's do 1 token and get rid of the land here. Try to find something for Glorybringer. Okay, go ahead. We have a chump blocker for here and here. We're taking 3, going to 11. They would have to naturally draw their land here. If they use Conflag here, they can hit 1, 2, 3, and then 4. That puts me down to 13, 12, 11, 10, plus 3 is 7, plus 5. Oh, block, block. This is sorcery speed, right? Yeah. We're at 11. 10 cards to go. It's not looking good. I think Dredge is going to get us here. Let's pass the turn here and use a Season Pyromancer as a defensive thing from the graveyard. That way they can't Conflag me to get rid of the blocker. They can hit me for 5, putting me to 6. Then I can chump. Then they go to 3 because of the Narc Amoebas. From there, I'm hoping to find an Anger and them not finding another Conflag, and then they just draw out and don't have another Creeping Chill. Asking a lot here. The Narc Amoeba, okay. They can also hold the Conflag for later. And just hit me when they have 7 cards in hand, too. Land here, they get a Bloodghast. Now they might want to use it. So that the Bloodghast is online. I'm now taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus 4, 9. Go to 2, it looks like. Best draws here are going to be Seasoned Pyromancer into probably Anger, or just an Anger off the top. Opponent attacks with everything. We're going to go chump block him. Gotta go chump block him. Block 5, block 3. Take 5, go to 2. All right. Need an Anger. Bridge doesn't even work. Gotta be Anger. End step. Ooh, okay. Let's go ahead and Anger. I used 1 too much mana. Anger the gods. We have a shot here. This is where the Glory Bringers are going to come in here. They're going to play this Merchant down because it's 2 damage. Do they have another Creeping Chill? There's 1 here, 2. I only see 2. They could definitely go over one of these. I think we're dead in 2 turns anyway. What do you got? Stinkweed, Creeping Chill. There you go. Opponent finds it. Dredge takes us down. 2-3 overall with the list. Red Prison with some dragons here in Modern. We'll see you in the conclusion. 2-3 results here with Red Prison, playing some dragons from the sideboard and going a little more traditional in the main deck. I would chalk up a little bit of this to variance. We have maybe 1 or 2 more graveyard things that we would like in case we run into Dredge more. Chalice wasn't needed though, and I think being that what we're testing, you could probably play Red Prison without Chalice. That being said, there's probably a build there for Chalice as well. So we'll tinker with the 2 ideas. This was a shot at no Chalice, more interaction, and playing some interesting cards, trying to be a little bit bigger when it needed to count. You could always swap this around and play more Rabble Masters. We didn't run into control too much, and so that kind of plays into not necessarily needing the Rabble Masters, but there's probably a time and place for them. And because Modern is so wide and kind of difficult to target, it's going to be tough. You're going to have a league where Goblin Rabble Master works really well, and then you're going to have a league where something like this is going to work fantastic as well. 2-3. But Blood Moon's done pretty well. Bridge was excellent. And like I said, perhaps Chalice is on the cutting board, at least for a version of Red Prison. As always, thank you all for tuning in. Consider liking, subscribing, and as always, we'll see you in the next matches.